Hello everyone, welcome to my music theory lesson. This is lesson 11.6, Augmented sixth chords. In today's lesson, we are going to learn what augmented sixth chords are and how to use them in progressions. There are three types of augmented sixth chords: German, Italian, and French. All of them have their root on the flat sixth scale degree, which is a minor sixth above the tonic. The Roman numeral analysis symbol for the German augmented sixth chord is GER and a superscript +6. The German augmented sixth chord is a major triad with an additional note and augmented sixth above the root. It is the enharmonic equivalent of a dominant seventh chord. The interval between the notes from bottom to top are major third, minor third, and augmented second. In the example shown, the root of the German augmented sixth chord in F major is D flat, which is a minor sixth above the tonic, F. The bottom three notes are a D flat major triad. The top note is B natural, which is an augmented sixth above the root. An Italian augmented sixth chord is a German augmented sixth chord with a missing fifth. Its Roman numeral analysis symbol is IT and a superscript +6. The example shown is an Italian augmented sixth chord in D major because the flat sixth scale degree is B flat and the chord is the same as a German augmented sixth chord with a missing fifth. The French augmented sixth chord has intervals between the notes from bottom to top of major third, major second, major third. Its Roman numeral analysis symbol is FR and a superscript +6. The picture shown is a French augmented sixth chord in A major because F natural is the flat sixth scale degree and the interval between the bottom two notes is a major third, the interval between the middle two notes is a major second, and the interval between the top two notes is a major third. Augmented sixth chords are predominant function chords. They are almost always used in root position, resolving to a root position 5 chord. The root always moves a half step down. The top note always moves a half step up. The third of the chord steps downward. In a French augmented sixth chord, the note a fourth above the root does not move. In a German augmented sixth chord, the fifth moves a half step down. We will talk more about resolving the German augmented sixth chord on the next slide. In the example shown, the root in the bass resolves a half step down. The top note in the soprano resolves a half step up. The third in the tenor resolves down. The note a fourth above the root in the alto stays the same. When a German augmented sixth chord resolves, parallel fifths are created because both the fifth and the root move a step down. In the example shown, the parallel fifths between the bass and alto are marked in red. To avoid these parallel fifths, composers created the Italian augmented sixth chord. Another way to avoid parallel fifths is to anticipate the fifth of the 5 chord. This anticipation created the French augmented sixth chord, which is circled in blue in the example. These parallel fifths, called Mozart fifths, are generally acceptable. Practice is the best way to learn what augmented sixth chords are and how they are resolved in progressions. Let's try it on the next slide. Write the French augmented sixth chord in B major. Correct answer shown. Scale degree 6 in B major is G sharp, so the root of the French augmented sixth chord is G natural. The next note is a major third above that, B. The next note is a major second above that, which is C sharp. The top note is E sharp, which is an augmented sixth above the root. Write this progression. Sample answer shown. The root of the chord in the bass resolves a half step down. The top note in the tenor voice resolves a half step up. The third in the soprano resolves a step down. The fifth in the alto resolves a step down. Notice that there are Mozart fifths between the bass and alto voices. In this lesson, we learned what German augmented sixth chords, Italian augmented sixth chords, and French augmented sixth chords are and how they are used in progressions. For more practice, please download my music theory app. In the next lesson, we are going to talk about the Neapolitan chord and how it is used in progressions. See you next time!